It is so easy to get into the vortex. It is so easy to connect to source energy. What did you think? Did you think it was going to be hard? Did you think that you came into this life? Did you think that you chose to come into this life because it was a struggle? Because you were going to prove your worthiness? No, it was nothing like that. When we all decided to come, we saw the appeal of living in a contrasting universe because we understood that when life caused us to want something, we would go with the rocket and we wouldn't stay with the conditions that made the rocket launch from us. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't talk about where we were. We would talk about where we were going, because where we were going would be so much more appealing than where we were. And so getting into the vortex, understanding that your source energy in this body is truly the most interesting thing in the world, because from a vibrational point of view, it's like, why don't you just get it? Because you're all vibrational. There has to be something else going on, because there's no one is trucking in resources from any other timeline or planet. It's all happening here. But there has to be a cause and effect law in order to explain how everyone is getting anything. Where do your thoughts come from? What are you even thinking about? More importantly, where do your thoughts come from? Do you understand that your source in your body, how does that feel to think? Do you feel the resonance of it in your lower stomach area that we call the solar plexus? Do you understand that you extended yourself into this body? Do you know that this is a vibrational world? That this universe is built on the law of attraction? More importantly, it's governed by the law of attraction. And it would be in your best interest to understand how to use the law of attraction deliberately. And we call that the art of allowing. What does that mean? What is the art of allowing about? The art of allowing is understanding that when you understand the law of attraction, it's not about manifestations. It's about realizing that in this moment you can feel good and you don't have to feel worried. And when you feel worried, you're not allowing your true self to be here. The art of allowing is about allowing the fullness to be in this moment with you right now, to be source in the human body in this moment, to allow the fullness of you to be experienced by your physical self, to allow the full source being that you truly are in this now moment, to allow as much of it as you can. Words are very cheap, and it's crazy that we use so many, but it's our best. We would say it's our best advantage to reaching to the human collective, because you understand words. Words are logical, because feelings, on the other hand, feelings are much more sophisticated. Feelings are so sophisticated because your emotions tell you everything you need to know about your vibrational universe and where you are in relation to everything. Talk about guidance. Your emotions are when we talk to our physical friends about emotions, they're not interesting. Emotions are not interesting. You're like, cool, emotions are cool, but where's all my stuff? And we want to get the cart before the horse, because emotions are where everything goes down. There's this vibrational world, and if you look around, everything that you're looking at right now, it started in the vibrational world. It was an idea first. The chair, the couch, the phone, it was all a vibrational idea that someone translated into this physical object that you're now viewing with your eyes. And so we're trying to get you to be in the vibrational world with us, because we know it's up to you to nurture your vibrational desires, because you're the one who wants to translate your desires. It's up to you to get into the vortex in the vibrational reality so that you can see what's there and you can bring it into your reality. Because you don't have to create momentum. Momentum is not your job. Momentum is the job of the universe. Momentum is law of attraction's job. When we talk about law of attraction, we talk about momentum. It's the same thing, because momentum dictates whatever you think about, there's more of a propulsion to think more about it. Whatever thoughts you think about for more than 17 seconds, another thought like that comes. So it's your advantage to know to be deliberate about your creation instead of creating by default. And when you pair in your emotions, everything makes sense, because when you care about how you feel, then you can mold the clay of your thoughts, so that, not with the intention of getting your manifestations, because that's what everyone's doing. Everyone's trying to get into the vortex. They get it. Okay, I understand law of attraction, so let me get in the vortex, and when I get into the vortex, I'm gonna milk the vortex to get everything that I want. And sometimes when you think about your desires, you are really thinking about the absence of it. So whenever you get into the vortex, you collapse. Your connection collapses, because you want to get in there and you want to use the power of it. And we get it. It does feel powerful, but you can't go in there with the intention of using the power of it, because it thwarts your connection. It thwarts your connection, and it thwarts the advantage that I can give you. Because law of attraction states if you stay in a spot for 17 seconds, you get more of that. But you have to go into the vortex with the emotional reason, because it feels good. Because it feels good to be connected. Because doesn't it feel good to be connected? Doesn't it feel so good to be satisfied than dissatisfied? Doesn't happiness or bliss feel much more better than anger or depression? Everything is relative in this universe, and everything is not as far apart as you think as it is, because it's all vibrational. So when everything is vibrational, it means it's emotional, and it's up to you to use your emotions to guide you, because your connection is your most important thing. You have to we don't want to say defend it, but you have to care about your connection more than you care about being right. You have to care about feeling good more than you care about being right. You have to be, because when you care about being right, you want to be logical, you want to be right. But if it doesn't feel good, you know what it is? You know what it is? You just don't value feeling good. Feeling good is like, it just takes a back seat. You want to be right. You want to look worthy. You want to work hard. But feeling good is not something that you put it off. You're like, I'll feel good when I'm retired. I'll feel good when I have this, And so everyone, it breeds a culture of emptiness. So everyone is just empty, and they're looking around and they're saying, hey, you make me feel good. Do what I want you to do so I feel good. And if you don't do something that I want you to do, then I'm not going to feel good when I look at you. And so everyone is just expecting each other to contour their behaviors so that whenever we witness each other, we all feel better in the looking of it. But it is effective to some degree, but it's actually, no, something is not better than nothing. You know what it does? It breeds mediocrity. You can become a sloppy thinker. You can be a sloppy thinker because no one really gets anywhere. And there's a lot of these cultural beliefs. But what we're saying is that your connection, you want your connection. You want your alignment. That's what everyone really wants. That's what the connection means. It's your alignment to source energy. So we're saying, why don't you just go right there? That's the reason why you want everything. The only reason why you want all of your manifestations is because you want to feel good in the having of it. You think you're going to feel better in the having of it. So why don't you just feel good now? And you know what's funny? When you feel good now, you're a magnet to everything that you want. But it's about transforming this point of this now moment so that your point of attraction shifts so you can become a match to everything. It's about preparing this now moment for the receiving of everything. Because everything you want is just a translation away. We're not here to argue about the validity of your desires, because we know we have the advantage of looking at your vibrational reality. We don't doubt anything. We know for a fact that you can have it, but it's up to you to chill out and lower your resistance, so that, because when you lower your resistance, you speed up momentum. The momentum of your inner being can be sped up. And connection feels so good. Doesn't connection feel so good? Doesn't it just feel so good to feel good? Because feeling good is what you want. You want to get paid for your connection. You want to get paid for your connection to source energy. You want your source energy, your connection to source energy. You want it to be your first and foremost thing that you focus on. We want you to connect to your energy and then do what you have to do. We want you to connect to your source energy and then go out on the day, and then go talk to people, and then do this and do that and do your chores. We want you to connect to your source energy because it's so easy. All you have to do is look for it, feel for it. Because law of attraction and understanding it and understanding the art of allowing is not about monitoring your thoughts, because that makes you crazy. You can't monitor your thoughts. It doesn't make sense, because why would you monitor your thoughts when you could just monitor how you feel? Because monitoring how you feel gives you more information anyways, rather than your thoughts. Because whenever you think a thought, you get an emotion right after that tells you how that thought jives with your inner being's thoughts. So then you just navigate this world with your emotions. Your emotions are your most prized possessions. Your connection and your emotions are both your most prized possessions. You have to understand that your connection is who you are. Because when you're connected, you're blended. You're that blended being that you were when you came into this body. You're blended. You have to blend. That's what the art of allowing is. It's the art of allowing me and my physical body and me and my broader self to blend, so that we're one, so that source is looking through me, so that I'm looking at all of this through the eyes of source. And connection feels so good. Connect more and let go of reality. Leave reality alone. Make peace with reality, because that's what the art of allowing is. The art of allowing is lowering your resistance so that your connection to source energy can raise in this moment. And then the more connected you are to source energy, the more the source can tell you and give you impulses and give you visions in your mind of things that are coming next. Because it's not about timing. Timing is irrelevant in a vibrational world. It's about readiness. And when you're connected, tuned in, tapped into source energy, when your connection and how you feel is your biggest priority, then you're ready. You are ready for the big things of your life when they're not that big, because when you're connected to source energy, you see everything as current reality. You see everything as present. You begin to see your reality through the eyes of source. And